I've consulted with the judges, and frankly, I don't care what they have to say.
Are you okay? So many emotions.
Because the final decision is mine to make. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. It is time. Right. Oh. Power cut on, power cut off. So as I was saying, top 10 lip syncs ever. And in research of this, I watched every single lip sync ever. Season 1 to 13. Took about 4 days, about 3 hours per day. But it was worth it, you know what I mean? Enjoyable experience. But only 10 made the cut. I've seen many ups, many downs, many awkward points. Some people refuse to even dance, some people refuse to even take the mask off, you know what I'm saying, Valentina?
Valentina, take that thing off of your mouth. Okay.
I even got really mad when it was Trinity versus Charlie, and Charlie just...
Charlie, on the other hand, it looks like she's telling children to get off her lawn.
Like, come on man, this is your moment, don't throw it away. Just like Ginny Lemon on UK, walked off, why? Why are you doing that, Ginny? Why? Just go for it. Maybe towards the end I'll do an honourable mentions as well. Just in case your favourite wasn't in there. And also, make me a little bit famous in that, you know what I'm saying. But either way, number 10, let's go. Okay, number 10 is Trinity K versus Adore Delano. Going to Paula Abdul, Vibology. I mean, you already know this is so good when you see RuPaul in that face. When man pulls that face, you know something's good happening in front of his eyes. The dance built up decently, it was going along, but it's when they both came together, it could have gone so awkward. You know when they're having a lip sync and they actually start intertwine with each other and it's like, are they going to start battering each other? Are they going to know what the other person is going to want to do and what movements they're about to make, since it's a complete freestyle? And they just started intertwining, like pouring melted caramel into chocolate and turning it around. They were just snake charming, and Adore Delano shone out more on this for me. She had the outfit, the leather catsuit type of thing, and the way she was going with the song was just, oh, it was fantastic. Okay, number 9 is Kenya Michaels versus Aretha Franklin. It's not Aretha Franklin, where am I? Kenya Michaels versus Latrice Royale to Aretha Franklin, Natural Woman. This wasn't originally something I thought would shine out to me so much, but when it got to the halfway point, I started to realise how special the performance actually was. Like, it blew my mind by the end of it. Latrice literally stands in the same spot all the way through the song, which in your mind sounds like a bad idea for a lip sync. You know, you want the dancing, you want everything, but the song was so soulful and so heartfelt, and Latrice conveyed that all the way along. Like, it was literally like passion coming out of Latrice. And even though Kenya Michaels was dancing to it, it was like the emotional and creative part of the mind. Latrice is the emotional part and Kenya's the artistic, creative part, dancing around. It was so perfectly done. Felt like we weren't watching a lip sync battle, it's like we were watching a professional performance or a movie scene, which is really moving. And I just thought it was great. Top props. And also the name of the song, Natural Woman, I feel like is so fitting. A lot of songs on the show can resonate so well in the lip syncs. And sometimes it's a beautiful way of highlighting what this show portrays. I mean, the song's called Natural Woman. These are drag queens. It intertwines perfectly. And at the end of the song, I could have done a standing ovation for this, you know what I'm saying. Okay, number 8 is Alyssa versus Coco. And I've learnt more about Alyssa and Coco's rivalry by doing these videos. And this is why I think for them to have a lip sync were great to see. And you knew the passion were there.
From the first day I walked into the workroom and I saw her face, I wanted to step on that stage across from her and give vindication.
I reckon they could always say they have respect for each other and stuff like this, but I reckon they hate each other deep down, you know what I'm saying, forever. The song is Paula Abdul, Cold Hearted, and Coco is just so confident in this whole performance. She points to her lips just to show how well, like literally says, look at my damn lips. Look at my damn lips. Look how well I'm lip syncing this, I'm getting every single word. Don't look at my lips because I mumble, but Coco knows how to lip sync, you know what I'm saying. I need to stop saying, you know what I'm saying. I thought this was like a slightly above average lip sync. I didn't think it was amazing, but because of the history, it makes a list. And there's also one moment that was so well timed. Coco, in the lip sync, basically just throws a fist in the air when she drops to the floor, and Alyssa at the same time flies through the air and it hits Alyssa, and Alyssa goes down with it. And it's so nice to see those moments where two things perfectly happen at the same time. Okay, number 7 is Kennedy Davenport versus Katja to Katy Perry's Raw. Katy Perry has some good songs in lip syncs, I've got to say. She might appear higher up in the list as well. I felt like they had two different styles in this. Kennedy was like powerful, literally roaring throughout the whole thing. I think Kennedy was better, but the thing I liked about Katja's was she slowly built it up to like this split moment. Some things start slower and end faster, and they end great. And that's what I thought Katja's did. But Kennedy's was just hardcore throughout and it worked. Literally splits off the stage, judges' faces literally hitting climax, you know what I mean? And it was nice to feel like Kennedy was literally lip syncing for her life. Like, it was her life was on the line, and she portrayed that in the lip sync. I mean, it even got a 9 out of 10 from me on my rating of them all. Okay, number 6, another strong one-sided performance. Not one-sided performance, but one person really shone through. And it's Money Exchange versus Dusty. I'm not a fashion icon, but this was such a good look by Money Exchange with the eyes. I don't know why she was in the bottom 2 really. Maybe it was a challenge. New York Sisters going one-on-one. Whilst I'm saying New York Sisters, I saw the intro to I can't remember what season, and it's like most of the show is New York drag queens. Where do you think, which city is the best city for drag queen talent? You tell me. Don't just choose your own city, which is the best. But here we go. Money literally works every single word of the song. Pointing at her shoes, drinking. And then she even builds it up like she's going to do these big splits. And she fakes the splits. She fakes the splits on the drop. Even Ru's laughing out loud. And I think you can tell who his best friend is by who he wants to share that moment with. After all that high energy, she's still got the gas mask around her neck. And she uses it on her face like as a joke, getting a breather. And then after that, she goes into the splits. It was so nice to see her build up. Once again, everyone likes a nice build up, you know what I mean? Okay, now we're getting to the top 5. And I remember number 5 clear as day because I remember watching this episode. Widow Van Du versus Jackie Cox. And they were performing Firework by Katy Perry. And Jeff Goldblum was a guest judge. And I found this very one-sided, because I think it was perfectly performed by Jackie Cox. You know, Widow's good at delivering that power, but it was too much. It was like Widow was shouting throughout this song. Like Jackie Cox right at the start, she's kicking the paper bag at the same time the song's talking about, do you feel like a paper bag flowing through the wind, blah blah. And then she almost starts the song quite comedic, like 6 feet under, the way she's moving her arms. And she changes from a few small jokes that really worked with the song to a really emotive, powerful performance. And she even says how this performance is for anybody who's ever been told to go home, that you don't belong here. Yet she does belong here. She's literally reaching and grabbing the American dream right there on the biggest stage. I mean, it's so emotive that even Jeff Goldblum starts to cry. The whole performance works perfectly with Jeff's reaction. It's so powerful, just the way she's like reaching for the sky. Almost childlike in the way she's reaching her arms up. But I thought it was really great to watch, and there were no like death drops needed by either performer, which were good. Even down to the outfit, great performance. Okay, number 4. And number 4 seems to be a tricky one because I watched this and then I made my list off just watching Netflix all the way through every single lip sync. And I went on YouTube and watched like top 20 lip sync battles, what other people were putting. And in the comment section, people were saying this should not be on there. It was messy, it wasn't put together right. I don't want to know why everyone thinks this was so good. Well, I don't understand it. I thought this was absolutely great, like amazing. Especially by one performer again. I mean, the whole trio came together perfectly. But one performer, Aquaria, just did, I think one of the best, maybe the best performance in a lip sync battle ever. And it was the season 10 finale between Eureka, Cameron and Aquaria. At first I thought the trio was good, but I've watched it maybe 3-4 times now, and the more I watch it, the more the only person I'm watching is Aquaria. Everything, even the little add-ons like the little spark at the start, the massive party popper type thing, the way she's moving to the beat, what she's wearing, literally looks like a complete superstar. But one phrase I always remember, it was by a wrestler called Batista. He was saying the show is all about suspending your disbelief. And he was talking about wrestling because you want to perform and suspend people's disbelief. Like you are watching two superheroes go at each other. Same within movies, TV shows, you know, and you get goosebumps. And for me, Aquarius suspended the disbelief. I wasn't watching a reality TV show, I was watching something larger than life, where you're just taken away. I am bigging up this performance because I feel like it deserves to be bigged up. It had the stage, it had all the people there. It ends and they're all looking into the crowd. Like, it's such a nice moment where it's like, I've made it type of moment. And for anyone who don't think that should be in the top 10 or top 5, you're silly. Okay, number 3 is Peppermint versus Alexis Michelle. The song name, the song title, it seems like just another song that you could perfectly dance along to, and it's like a happy, funny song. It was great and funny, Ru were laughing, great to see him dance, but the song's Macho Man. And Peppermint and Alexis Michelle are broad-shouldered guys. They are big guys singing Macho Man, especially Alexis Michelle. Like the performance, she was doing all this and all that. But the song, I feel like it was funny to watch and great to see and a great performance, but it had the deeper meaning. A macho man, this like old stereotypical image of what a guy would look like dressed up in drag. And they're there once again on the biggest stage celebrating it. This is great to watch and see everybody having such a good time and even perform so well. Performance wise, Alexis Michelle whips out the moustache out of nowhere. Alexis wasn't even dancing that well, it was something that I'd do on stage. It was like a... Peppermint are actually dancing quite well, and Peppermint had the wig change. I think I really enjoyed that one. And even at one point I was going to put that as number 1, but changed my mind. But it is highly regarded to me. Okay, number 2, which might be surprising to some people, but it might make some people's top 10s. But it's mainly for what happens following the lip sync. It's Roxy Andrews versus Alyssa Edwards to Whip My Hair Back and Forth. It's such a like go get it type of song. The hair whipping was so good to see, like the intensity of it. But sometimes I thought it was a little bit out of time. But it was one of them where they were lip syncing for their lives. And Ru got really blown away by when Roxy changes the wig. I've seen that highlight before. I don't really know how people layer up 2 wigs at once. It must be hard to do or not to fall off. But Ru was really impressed by that. But the lip sync were great. But the main reason why I thought this was so good, and something that I'm starting to notice, is these really special moments on the show, which can happen a lot during lip syncs because it's such like an emotional, pressureful time. Full of pressure time. You know, someone's going to go home, this is going to be the end of the journey. And at the end, Roxy starts breaking down. Which at the time I was like, oh, don't cry now, because it just looks like a pity cry to say, you know, I want to stay. But then she started telling the story. And now I understand why in the reading challenge, someone made a joke about being left at the bus stop. It all makes sense now. I saw you write in the comments, so thanks for writing it in the comments.
My mother left my sister and myself at a bus stop when I was 3.
But I saw the actual full thing now. I saw her telling the story about her being left at the bus stop, not feeling wanted throughout life, and mainly because of that moment. And Ru just responds so well to that. And Ru gets quite emotional himself just talking about it. He says, one of the great things about us is gay people get to choose their family.
Gay people, we get to choose our family. You know, we get to choose the people that we're around. You know what I'm saying?
And that everybody there is family. Everyone will stand by each other.
We are a family here.
All these bullying stories and hardships growing up, coming out, maybe the way the family would take it, society, and they're there all celebrating it at the same time. I just felt like it was such a special moment, and really, I loved the way Ru said it as well. It was great. Okay, before we go to number 1, let's do a couple special menciones. Nearly made the list, didn't make the list. We got Jan versus Widow Van Du. We got Vanjie versus Brooklyn to Deeper Love. And we all know they had some deeper love. They had love for each other, but they had a deeper love to be the queen. Also, Evie Oddly versus Brooklyn, Naysha Lopez versus Chi Chi, Robbie Turner versus Cynthia, Laganja versus Jocelyn, a double split moment, Carmen Carrera versus Raja, Jujubee versus Tatiana. But they didn't make the list, did they? But this one did. This one. Number 1 is Jaden versus Ginger. And they were lip syncing to I Think We're Alone Now, which were quite funny because they were conjoined. And when it first started, I felt really awkward, thinking this is going to be really, really awkward.
Ginger.
They're not going to be able to move, but it blew all expectations, blew the judges' expectations, mainly from Ginger. Still feels so weird saying that name out loud. Ginger was able to have fun at the start, playing around with the words, chasing each other around, falling to the floor at the same time as the lyrics. Doing all of this while she's strapped there with a conjoined pair of boobs. Conjoined pair of boobies. Then she gets out the scissors to unjoin the conjoined boobies and whip out the real boobies, you know what I'm saying? Even unconjoined, they're still working together, having fun with the song. Everyone's having fun.
It doesn't seem to be anyone around.
I was having fun, Ru was having fun, everyone's having fun. And I felt for me, that was the most enjoyable lip sync I've watched, and most surprising as well. And that's why it makes number 1. I have the final decision, so that's all that matters, okay? So there you are, that's my top 10. That is my top 10. And yeah, I know I haven't watched All Stars and UK one. If you think there's something better in the All Stars or UK or Canada, so on and so forth, let me know if you think there's any better ones, and you tell me in the comments. You tell me in the comments what your top 3 is, and also what video you want to see next, because I ain't had as much time lately, but I've got this video now. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll have something else soon for you, you know what I mean? But thanks for watching, I'll be checking the comments. Thank you. Good night.